It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Green Bay Packers. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Here's Anders Carlson set to get this one started, and we are underway here at Lambeau. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Colts heading out for the first time behind their 22-year-old quarterback in his second season now in the NFL, Anthony Richardson.
And we're talking about an uber-talented young quarterback. Finally healthy after suffering a setback a season ago. Obviously, you'd love to have him on the field, but the time away may have been a blessing in disguise in terms of long-term development. And if you ask anyone around the Indianapolis camp, make no mistake about it, they have lofty expectations of this young man, and he is a big, big player in the Colts' future.
Yeah, Richardson will throw to start out here. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Quick throw completed by Richardson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And that's caught left side by Mo Alley-Cox. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A first carry from a collegiate star here in Wisconsin. It's Jonathan Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6. Now it's Richardson. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here is 3rd and 5. Now Richardson. That is caught. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Off the option, here's Taylor. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 29, here's the 2nd and 5. They go play action with Richardson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Richardson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 17-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on 3rd down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman from 17 yards out. And the Colts have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the 1st quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive, maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So the Packers make their way out for the first time, and it's Jordan Love that has the keys to the car here in his 5th season as a pro and 2nd as a starter.
And Love established himself as a legitimate franchise quarterback a season ago. And let's not forget, he had to exhibit a lot of patience waiting for his opportunity to become the man. And once he got that chance, he hit the ground running. The question now from the rest of the league, can he sustain that success? The Packers certainly believe he will.
Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Play action this time with Love. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back for the 2nd quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. A first carry for the all-pro running back. It's Josh Jacobs. And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
He finds his man complete. That's Reed. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
On 4th down, the Packers call on Daniel Whelan to punt. And deep to return is Josh Downs. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. Here is Michael Pittman and the rest of this offense getting set for the upcoming drive. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. From the gun, it's Taylor. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The Colts on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. He's got a man, complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A big play there for Indy. 41 yards. Now Richardson back to throw it. That one finds Pierce right side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now 2nd and 9. Again, it's Richardson. And his throw is incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Gay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Packers with the football here late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. Now Love. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked up by Juju Brents. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
Gay is on for the point after. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Packers with the football here late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Love back to it here after the pick six. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To pass, here's Jordan Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Towards the middle and caught by Musgrave. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
(17-3) the score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
2nd and 9.
Love now. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Inside the 10, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there is just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Packers offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out onto the field. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. Third quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. That's complete to Dobbs. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. Well, another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield at man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
The Colts offense and receiver Michael Pittman getting set for their next possession. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Big Kenny Clark that time pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The ball is free. Taylor lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Again, it's Taylor.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Lambeau.